All right, so welcome to WAM Unit 1, Lesson 3. We're dealing with multiple transformations. So let's start reading and then we'll look through what I have written here. So often when a shape or object undergoes a transformation, it undergoes more than one. So we don't usually just translate, we don't usually just rotate. We might be doing like a rotation and a translation, or maybe a reflection and then a translation, or maybe even all three of them all at once. So just like order of operations, we would know BEDMAS with brackets, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction, how they have to go in a certain order. Transformations also need to go in a certain order when we're dealing with multiple of them. So the first thing we do with the order of operations is we either take care of our rotation or our reflection. If we have both, it doesn't matter what order we do them in. But what we need to know is that the translation always goes last. So that's the important part. The translation goes last. So let's look at the example we got here. It says on the following coordinate plane, do the following transformations. First, we're going to rotate that shape 90 degrees clockwise about the origin and then draw the shape. And then we're going to translate the shape 4 units right and 3 units down and draw the image again and find the coordinates of the final image. So what I've got here is already all the coordinates already labeled. If you need to pause and take a moment, write them down, you can. But we're doing the rotation first. So in a 90 degrees clockwise rotation, that that x coordinate is going to be replaced by the y, so that it'll be y comma minus x. So that y coordinate is now going to be first. So for example, here that y coordinate was -1, so the -1 will go first. And then the original x coordinate will go last, but it's minus. So a double negative makes it a positive. So -1 comma 6. The b coordinate become -1 comma 4. I'm going to get -4 comma 4. I'm going to get -4 comma +3. Oh, no, sorry. I got that one backwards. Let me get the pen back here. I need -4 comma +3. I've got -6 comma +5. I've got -4 comma 7. And I've got -4 comma 6. So as best as I can here on my little laptop screen, I'll try to label these. So point A, left 1, and up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's my point A. My point B goes down here. My point C goes right there. D goes right here. E goes there. F and G. And I can connect these dots with straight lines the best that I can. You should see this as A prime, B prime, C prime, D prime, E prime, F prime, and G prime. So I've taken care of my first transformation, which was my rotation. And now when I go back to the question, I see that the translation is going to be 4 units to the right and 3 units down. Now, I don't have a lot of room to work here, but I will write it kind of along the bottom. So I see that point A, I guess A prime, is minus 1 comma 6. But when I apply my transformation of 4 right and 3 down, so 4 right means that my x coordinate is going to get 4 bigger, and the y coordinate is 3 units down, so 3 units smaller. So -1 plus 4 gives me positive 3, and 6 minus 3 gives me 3. And that's going to be A double prime. So now B prime is minus 1 comma 4. So B double prime coordinates are going to be minus 1 plus 4 is 3, comma 4 minus 3 is 1, so 3 comma 1. C prime is minus 4 comma 4. Adding 4 to x makes it 0 comma 1. D was minus 4 comma 3. And those coordinates are going to become 0 comma 0. It'll be right on the origin there. I guess that's D prime. E prime is minus 6 comma 5. So this becomes minus 2 comma 2. F prime is minus 4 comma 7. So that will become 0 comma 4. And last but not least, G prime becomes G double prime. So I'm getting a little ahead of myself there. I'm going to put the G prime coordinates first. Minus 6 comma minus 4. And that becomes, oh, sorry, I was looking at the wrong one. I was looking at G. G prime was minus 4 comma, minus 4 comma 6. So that's going to become 0 comma 3. So now I've got those coordinates and I can plot those points. So I'm going to start off with A double prime, which is 3 comma 3. So my A will be right there. My B is right there. My C is right here. Oh, no, sorry. 0 comma 1 is actually right there. D is at 0 comma 0. My E double prime is going to be right up here. F double prime right up here. And then G double prime right there. So I'll connect A to B to C to D to E. Oh, a little too out on that one. Let's try it again. A to B to C to D to E to F to G and back to A. Now I'll probably draw that with a straight line. Do it the best you can. This would be A double prime. Be B double prime. C double prime is in there. D double prime is right there. E double prime, F double prime, and G double prime is right there. So I've answered the questions. I have drawn the resulting image, and all the coordinates are given right down here at the bottom. So that's all good there. Go back to the image one more time. And we'll move on to the next example. So our next example says we want to reflect this shape over the y-axis, so across the vertical axis, and then reflect it over the x-axis. So we're going to rotate it, or sorry, we're going to reflect it sideways and then down. And so we want to figure out what are the final coordinates of this reflection. And so let's start off by identifying what are the coordinates of all of the vertices. So A is 2, 1. B, oh goodness, no. Let's go back and start again. A is 1, 2. My apologies. B is 2, 4. C is 4, 5. D is 3, 3. E, 5, 0. And F, 3, -1. So first thing we're going to do is reflect it over the y-axis. And so if we reflect it over the y-axis, that's going to make all of our x-axis, or our x coordinates, negative. So we're going to have negative x now. So we'll go to -1, 2. Go to -2, 4. -4, 5. -3, 3. -5, 0. And then -3, -1. So I'm going to actually draw this shape out the best that I can. -1, 2. So that's my new A coordinate right there. My B coordinate is the same. And if I didn't want to do this to my coordinates, all I have to know is it's going to be the same distance from the y-axis just on the other side. So you can see my point A is 1 across, and it's 1 across on the left side. My point B is 2 on the right over, and so my new point B is going to be 2 on the left over. So my C is going to be right up here. My D is going to be right there. And my E will be right here. And last but not least, my F right there. So something like that. It's probably a little bit off. Oops. And so this is my A prime, B prime, C prime, D prime, E prime, and F prime. So I've done the rotation, or sorry, the reflection over the y-axis. Now I'm going to reflect it over the x-axis. And if we're reflecting over the x-axis, that's going to make my y-coordinate negative. So this coordinate, A double prime, is going to be -1, -2. -2, -4. I think you guys get the pattern. 3, comma, -3. And I might draw this one in red just to show you the difference. My A is going to be there. My B coordinate's going to be right there. My C coordinate right there. D is going to be there. My E is not going to change spots. And then my F is now going to be up there, my F double prime. So from A to B to C to D to E to F and all the way back to A. So I'll call that my A double, oops, A double prime, B double prime. E double prime, F double prime. And so these right here are the final coordinates of the vertices. So we're all good on example 2. Last example here before you get into your practice problems. We're trying to, well, what we have pictured here in front of us is a shape 1 and a shape 2. They look kind of similar. We're trying to figure out what transformations could have taken place to move from position 1 to position 2. So position 1 is that one on the right side there. You've got A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. And over on position 2, we've got A double prime, B double prime, all the letters double prime. So that means we're probably looking at 2 transformations, is my guess here. So first thing I want to do is see, do I have maybe a reflection or a rotation? So just looking at it here, it doesn't look like I have a rotation. But I do notice that I have a reflection because on shape 1, A is on the left of B, but on shape 2, A is to the right of B. So I'm probably guessing that I have a reflection, and I'm going to say it's probably a reflection across the y-axis. So to find this out, I just really need to map one coordinate. So let's say, I'll go back to black. It seems to work better. Point A, oops, I guess it didn't go back. That's all right. A is at 2, 2 right now. So let's say I do a reflection. So let's say I reflect in the y-axis. If I reflect in the y-axis, the only thing that's going to change is I get a negative x value for my coordinate. So this would map point A to -2, 2. So that point A would go over here based on my reflection in the y-axis. Now, how do I get from this red point A prime? How do I get from A prime all the way over to A double prime? Well, it looks like I go left 2, left 2, and up 2. So let's check it here. I start at -2, 2. By going left 2, I'm taking away 2 from my x, so that takes me to -4. And up 2, I'm adding 2 to the y coordinate, so I'd be at -4, 4. Now let's just check it. I'm 4 left and 4 up. I'm at A double prime. So yes, that verifies that that works. And so how I would end this off, I would just sum up what transformations would have happened. So I would say reflection reflection in y-axis. And we had a translation. So I would say a translated to left and to up. So just a little sentence to say sort of what I did, and that works out. So now we've got some questions in the practice problems. Answer key will be up soon if it's not already. And there you go. Happy practice problems. That is lesson 3, multiple transformations, and you are done the content for lesson number, or I guess unit number 1. Unit exam soon. Get studying.